Good morning, my good friends. Good morning. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andre Lefevre. Lefevre. I'm a citizen journalist. My website is wildnews.us, wildnews.us. And we're going to talk primarily about illegal immigration and other stuff. I'm going to dissect the headlines and let's read between the lines. So welcome to my live stream. Well, the first one up today on the headlines is of a website I found a little while back, and I seem to love it. I seem to addicted to it. It's called 100% fedup.com. And here's the headline this morning. Shocking report. Mind-blowing cost of illegals is highest ever. Numbers released show huge burden to states. And let me see. There's a video up there which I'm not going to play. The report titled "The Fiscal Burden of Illegal Immigration on U.S. Taxpayers" is the most comprehensive cost tally from FAIR. It said that the costs have jumped $3 billion in 4 years and will continue to surge unless illegal immigration is stopped. Over 68 shocking pages, FAIR documents the average of $8,075 in-state, local, federal spending for each of the 12.5 million illegal immigrants and their 4.2 million citizen children. Broadly, the costs include $29 billion in medical care, $23 billion for law enforcement, $9 billion in welfare, $46 billion for education. I know that progressive Nazis like to cite the fake news statistics that illegals actually pay taxes. Well, some of them who stole identities actually do, but it doesn't really cover even a minute portion of what illegals cost us. We're gonna switch gears just for a second for the next story. This one is from Judicial Watch. Let's see. Judicial Watch sues State Department for Obama-era records on the refugee resettlement site locations. This is from yesterday. Judicial Watch announced today that it filed a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia for records on sites that were considered to be resettlement of refugees in the United States during the last 2 years of the Obama administration. Judicial Watch filed the lawsuit after the State Department failed to respond to a February 23 request seeking all records reflecting the locations within the United States that were considered as possible sites for refugee resettlement. Now, let me translate that. Obama administration, the quote-unquote scientifically, try to resettle as many refugees and illegal immigrants in the battleground states. And it is an open secret that the only way Democrats, and when they say Democrats, it would basically mean progressive Nazis. So they were targeting certain states like Wisconsin, Illinois, the Carolinas, and many others because they don't need any more illegal immigrants and the refugees in California. California has been flipped, so they're trying to flip other states. So that was all about. The only way Democrats can win is by voting illegals. There is no other way they can win. This one is from saveyourinternet.eu. This is alarming. Let me read the paragraph. On 21st of June, the lead committee in the European Parliament, the Legal Affairs Committee, will vote on its report on copyright in the Digital Single Market Directive. The vote is crucial to ensure that the near future we will be able to enjoy the internet as we know today. In order to save our internet, we need to convince the members of European Parliament. I'm not going to read anymore because it's not written in an easy to read way. But basically what the European Union Parliament wants to do is use copyright laws to stop memes and stop us doing commentary like I'm doing right now. So if you want to show a video on your live stream or your YouTube channel, they will stop you from uploading the snippets from somebody else's broadcast to comment on it. They also will prohibit effectively from sharing links and to other articles. It is not going to do anything for the progressive Nazis, but it sure is going to curtail the libertarians and conservatives. It's a huge fight because if progressive Nazis win in the European Union, we in the United States are next. Believe me, Canada will follow European Union. Canada is gone. Canada is gone, unfortunately, as far as freedoms go. They don't have any more freedoms than England does. And England has about as much freedom of speech as the Soviet Union did at the latter parts of its existence. Moving on. This is from Breitbart. Angel Mom Mendoza blamed all politicians for working tirelessly for illegal aliens instead of Americans. Angel Mom Maria Mendoza is speaking as political left and Democrat politicians defend border crossing adults and the children they arrived with the United States border. Mendoza's son, 32-year police officer Brandon Mendoza, was killed by a drunk driver alien who was driving the wrong way down the highway in Mesa, Arizona. Let me... you don't really even need to read between the lines. You just need to be an intelligent person. When Democrats, the progressive Nazis, talk about the illegal alien children, they're not talking about little darlings. They're talking about MS-13. MS-13 has become the enforcement arm, the street enforcement arm of the Democratic Party in the large democratically controlled cities. They keep order among the Spanish-speaking illegal immigrants, and Democrats vote them illegally. So when they talk about children and separated from parents, you know, there is a great number of adults who masquerade as teenage children who are actually MS-13 members. So the whole argument is disingenuous. The whole noise about illegal immigrant children is not illegal immigrant children. It's about Democrats wanting to staff, to pack electoral voting rolls with illegal immigrants, so they'll vote Democratic. This is a power grab. Ladies and gents, Democrats just want to replace us because middle-class men and women are not going to vote for Democrats in the United States. I've seen some estimates that in California, where I live, roughly 3 million illegal ballots are cast, mostly by illegal immigrants. If not for illegal immigrant vote, California politics would resemble more that of Arizona than what it is right now. Right now, it's a progressive Nazi hell. This is from The Hill. Schumer rejects proposal to address border crisis. Senate Democratic leader Charles Schumer, New York, on Tuesday dismissed legislative proposals backed by Republican leaders to keep immigrant families together. I can't even read that, keep families together. Here's the Democrats' problem. They can see from the polling that there's no such thing as a blue wave. They're going to lose in November and lose big. The only way they can maintain what they have and flip the Congress is to legalize as many illegals as they can and vote them. And they're going to vote illegals illegally anyway. And apparently, since they're pushing so very hard, they don't have even with the voting fraud, they don't have enough votes to do anything. That's why they're in hysterics. They're losing. And the reason it looks like it's an all-out campaign by the progressive left Nazis because YouTube is actively censoring all the videos on this subject, including the ones that I'm making. You can't have 4,000 views on one day and then drop down in single digits on the other day. And try to Google illegal immigrants on illegal immigrants. You'll find out that everything on the subjects that I'm talking about is suppressed. You will have difficulty finding non-progressive Nazi view on the illegal immigration. Here's Washington Times, and this one is disturbing. Trump blesses House Republicans' new compromise immigration bill. President Trump blessed House Republicans' compromise immigration bill 1,000%. Tuesday during political cover to conservatives looking to back the bill and creating momentum ahead of a showdown vote expected this week. He said the legislation, which grants citizenship rights to illegal immigrants and dreamers, funds his border wall, limits the chain of family migration, and ends the visa lottery. Checks off all the boxes in his immediate immigration wish list. I am personally, even though I haven't read any of the drafts of the bill, but every time you talk about dreamers and granting citizenship to illegals, let's just read between the lines. It's granting citizenship and voting rights to the people who will only vote Democratic, who will only vote for tyranny and the progressive Nazis. And in reality, it was designed to legalize MS-13 members. So all those darling little children, yeah, if you really look at them, they're all tattooed. Most of them are actually adults masquerading as teenagers that kill, maim, and rape and enforce Democratic Party line. If you like your neighborhood infested with MS-13 members, well, support this bill. Support this bill. This is interesting. This is from Breitbart. Report, U.S. may quit United Nations Human Rights Council next Monday. The United States may leave the United Nations Human Rights Council as early as next Monday, June 25, after talks about reforming the organization broke down, according to Reuters. The news service, well, I'm not even going to... I am not even going to read the whole. I'm just going to tell you exactly what it's all about. UN thinks that we, the West, are the worst human rights abuser, and the tyrannies like Iran, African countries, in all the Muslim world are blameless. They are not addressing the absolute horror of what's going on in China as far as the human rights are concerned. So it's a good idea for us to quit it. We have no business paying for it or participating in it. I mean, let's face it, the UN is a tool of the globalists to bring tyranny to Earth. So we'll talk about that as we go along. Washington Times, House GOP new bill would stop most family separations. Yeah, and legalize them as 13 members. Daily Caller. CNN tries to shame Border Patrol agent. He flips the script and leaves host speechless. So let's play this. See if it will come up. Sorry, it's a commercial. Here we go. No? I thought it would play. I guess it didn't play. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, just go to Daily Caller. And this video didn't play. The Border Patrol really destroyed the CNN host. Now, what is this that I have here? We are. Let me go back to this. This is touching upon what's going on in Washington soap opera and the palace intrigue. For the first time ever, it looks like a former FBI director is in danger of going to jail. Comey is being investigated. And I have a feeling that the momentum shifted to the point where Trump's allies in the deep state are going to eat their own. I think Comey and McCabe may be two first. But let's see what happens. Extremely interesting. Let's see. ICE Officers Union blasts RINO amnesty plan. National ICE Council warned President Trump on Tuesday that embracing House GOP leaders' immigration bill, saying it amounts to an amnesty that is recklessly repeats the mistakes of the failed Obama-era Gang of Eight bill. I agree with that. I think President, instead of supporting it, should veto it. I think I will talk about the soap opera of Strzok, McCabe, Comey, and the looks like a failed coup d'etat against President Trump tomorrow. I am quickly running out of time right now. Plus, there will be a lot more interesting news that will come out today and tomorrow morning. So, my friends, visit my website, wildnews.us, and have a blessed day. God bless you, and thank you for joining me on my live stream. I appreciate it a lot more than I can ever tell you. Bye-bye.